Almost forgot the earbuds again. There we go. Okay. I think we should be good to go. Well, good morning, friends. It's Saturday morning. Doesn't quite look like spring outside, but that's okay. We're still going to do some deer qigong to help honor the season of spring and also maybe remove a little stress, frustration, or anger that may have been building in the body to help clear some space for some kindness and compassion and generosity. So, the forms that we're going to be doing today come again from the Animal Frolics, a very, very old form of Qigong. When I first started taking this course to be certified to teach these practices, of all the Qigong that I had been doing up to that point, let's just say that some of these exercises hadn't hit me as profoundly as some of the other ones that I had learned up to this point. But one day, Sandra and I, we were out in the forest, and I just started doing one of the exercises that we're going to be learning today. And something happened, friends. I can't explain it, but it was one of the most profound experiences I've ever had doing yoga, meditation, or Qigong. It literally felt like I transformed into the deer. And there's one part where we turn our head. And as I was doing that, as I was looking down, I felt as if I could see every ant on the ground, every leaf on the tree, every twig. I could hear every sound. I could smell every smell. I was just so completely present in my practice. It was a beautiful thing. And so that really opened up my heart and my mind to this whole animal frolic form of Qigong. And it was a game changer for me. And I look forward to sharing it with you guys today here on YouTube. I've been sharing it with my classes at I Am Yoga and also the Senior Center this week. We've all had a good time. And so some of the people asked me if there were videos so they could continue to do this practice. And now there will be. Okay, so without any further ado, let's do some Saturday morning Qigong, friends. Now, of course, we will start with our normal order of operations. We'll warm up the body a little bit. We'll do a purging exercise specifically for the liver. Oh, yeah, I should have got to that part. Springtime, and these exercises are thought to help improve the function of our liver and our gallbladder. So, we'll be doing some also improve the health of our tendons and ligaments as well. So, we'll be doing some exercises to warm up, stretch up, warm up the tendons and the ligaments in the body. And then we'll do a purge to help decongest the liver. And then we will do our deer animal frolic exercises. Great. Here we go, friends. So finding ourselves in our Qigong stance, feet about hips or shoulders width. I prefer shoulders width. Knees are soft, feet are parallel, shoulders are relaxed. And we're going to do a little knocking on the doors of life to begin our practice, friends, but we're going to do a slightly different variation of today. This is more of an open palm knock on the side body. And as we turn, we're actually going to be lifting our toes. So as I turn my body to the right, I'm going to be lifting my right toes. You'll notice my left hand is kind of open palm slap, and my back hand is also open as well. High as I can up on the back of the shoulder blade, while still remaining a level of comfort. So again, we're here, and then we rotate. Just another version of knocking on the doors of life. I like this version. right, now we won't stop at once. Gradually slow down. Then keep the feet grounded. And find yourself back at center. Pausing here. One time only, we'll pull down the sky. So big breath in, arms overhead. And exhale, pulling down the sky. Great. Next, we'll go into our spinal cord breathing. So arms out to our cactus position. Either have your hands open here or loose fist. Now what we're going to do is pull the chest open, draw those elbows down, and then tuck that tailbone around the spine, tuck the chin. Lift the heart, lift the sit bones, open the chest, draw those elbows down, and then tuck and round as we exhale. Inhale as we open. Exhale as we round. Ooh, that feels nice. Inhale as we open. Exhale as we round. And repeat. This next time you open it up, we'll go ahead and pick some cherries. Now I'm going to step back a little bit because today when we're picking our cherries, I actually want us to turn our palms up, like we're trying to press our palms flat against the ceiling. Adding a little bit more of a lean in my upper body too. Really trying to get a nice stretch through that side body. Now again, if pressing the palms up is too much for you, you can definitely reach up to the fingers instead. Great, then we'll go ahead and reach up to those fingers, big breath in, reaching up. And then exhale, soft sigh, let your arms down. Great, go ahead and roll those shoulders a few times. Both directions. And we'll do a little bit of silk rolling now to open up the tendons and ligaments. So spiraling at the wrist. Reaching through the fingers. So again, when I say reaching through the fingers, we're trying to spread this area in the center of the palm as well. So opening up the hands, reaching through those fingers. Reverse direction. And then give them a little shake. Moving to the elbows now, just gently making some circles at the elbows. Try to keep everything else stationary. I like to inhale up, exhale down. One more time. And we'll reverse directions. Now as we come up through center, I fold my wrist in and then I open up my hands wide as I go out. Again, I inhale as I come up through center, trying to isolate that movement primarily to the elbow. One more. And then relax it down. We'll just do a few more shoulder rolls, rolling the shoulders back a few times. Ooh, I'm popping and cracking. Ah, feels good. Then reversing directions. Then I always like to end by opening my heart back up. So I roll my shoulders back once. Great. Drop our hands down to those hips. We'll do some hip circles real quick, maybe 12 to 15 rotations in each direction. Again, looking for a nice fluid circle all the way around. And you feel as if you're getting stuck or stagnant anywhere. Slow down your circle, decrease the size of it until your circle once again feels fluid all the way around. And then we'll reverse directions. Nice fluid circle all the way around. And then start circle back to center. And we will go ahead and still here. Release the hands from the hips. And arms up overhead. And exhale down the sky. Great. We're going to take a stretch here, friends. What we're going to do is open up our feet wide into our horse stance. If you don't remember, feet together, heels out, toes out, heels out, toes out. Maybe we feel good here. Maybe we want to go a little further. Sink those hips down, bending the knees. Now, what we're going to do, we're here on the hip or quad. We're going to bring the right arm up, and we're just going to take a big press. I'm not reaching through my fingers. I'm pressing the palm, so I'm pressing the palm. Keep your heart lifting. Big press. Torso. Big press. And then we'll come back up. And we'll switch sides. Bringing the other arm up again. Pressing the palm here. Fingers are down. Pressing through the palm. Head in line with the torso. Anchor down to this opposite leg. In the direction we're leaning. So our weight doesn't want to feel like we're falling here. Anchor down. Pressing over. And then in switching sides. Bringing the arm back. Again, fingers are down. We're pressing that wall away. Not caving in, anchoring down to that right leg. Come back up. Switching sides. Inhale up. Exhale, press. Inhale up. Exhale, press. Inhaling up. And press. Inhaling up, final time. And then press. Inhaling up. Releasing the hand down. Inhaling our arms up. Pressing our hands down. Feet step in. We give it a kick and a shake. Okay, good. Go ahead and prepare for our purging exercises now. So we'll start with just a little shake. I always like to start the purge with a little shaking exercise. I'll try not to shake my earbuds out of my ear. So everything relaxed, everything moving. Do this for about 20 more seconds or so. Of course, we can add our deep purging breath. So breath in through the nose, big sigh out the mouth. Again, I'm not going to try to sigh too loud into my microphone, but if I were at home, I'd really be taking some, or I am at home. If I were In your situation, I'd be taking some big breaths in and big sighs out. And then we will freeze. Breathing here. Noticing how we feel, any sensations in the body. How does our mind feel? Feel pretty good. All right, friends, this next one we're going to do is a purging exercise, and it has kind of a unique breathing pattern. And I'm going to have no choice but to kind of breathe loudly for this one. So I guess I'll apologize in advance. But it's 2 quick inhales, 2 quick exhales. 2 quick inhales, 2 quick exhales. Inhale, exhale. Now we're going to start at a slower speed and gradually increase as we go, okay? So if we get to a point where I'm moving a little bit too quickly or more quickly than you feel comfortable, or you start to feel lightheaded, slow it down, then stop completely. If you need to sit down, because we are going to be breathing and moving at a pretty quick pace, okay? So the movement that accompanies the 2 quick inhales and 2 quick exhales goes like this. Our feet are at shoulders width, soft bend in the knees. Now what we're going to do, friends, is the hands are going to slide across. So let's say the right hand first is going to slide across the left and then press. And the left hand or the bottom hand is going to pull back in. Then we do the opposite side. So we slide across and press, slide across, press, and pull back. And you notice I'm not leaning here. I want to keep my weight so I don't fully extend my arms. You notice when you fully extend your arms, it kind of thrust you forward. Keep that bend in the elbow, and that will help to keep you stationary and not be following your hands. Okay? So again, it's this movement with 2 quick inhales, 2 quick exhales. So faster. Step your feet in. Hands overlap over the belly, or what we refer to in traditional Chinese medicine as the dantian. Breathing first into your belly, then drawing that breath up into your lungs. Exhaling, navel draws back toward the spine, sinking the qi back down to the belly. One more breath in. Release your hands with a soft sigh. Great. A little kick and a little shake. So now we're going to move into our deer form, friends, because that's what we're here for, a little deer qigong. So there's 3 exercises that we're going to learn first, and all 3 of them start the same way, and we're going to break them down into little steps. We'll focus quite a bit here on the first one, and then we'll add the additional parts to number 2 and number 3, and then we will do a 4th exercise, which is kind of a hybrid of a few of the exercises that come from this set. Now, there is one particular exercise that some people have been asking me to demonstrate, and I was going to do it. It's very complicated, and this space really just isn't too conducive for it, and this forum isn't very conducive. So I am going to offer a modified version of one that's kind of a hybrid of really 2 of them, and I think it'll translate a little bit better onto video. So anyway, let's worry about 1, 2, and 3 first. So finding ourselves in our Animal Frolic stance, so heels together, toes slightly apart. And again, our hands, we try to line up that first row of knuckles, but if we need to keep our hands here, that's okay. Again, this is where we're kind of shooting for, but this is okay if this is not doable for us. So we have our hands here at the waist. Now the first thing we're going to do is the hands are going to lift up. The back of the hands come up simultaneously as we step out with the right foot. Now again, the foot will land the same time the hands land. So everything is in synchronicity here. We're here, toes angled out, the hands will lift, foot lifts, we step out, hands rest, foot rest. Now again, all my weight is in my back foot here. No weight in the front foot. So I step with the right foot. Then what I'm going to do with my right hand, so the same foot that we step with is going to make the head of the deer. And how we make the head of the deer is like this. Imagine if you were going to try and pick up a basketball off the ground. So your hands spread wide. And if you're going to try and pick up a sphere, how wide your fingers would have to be and how much of a grip it would take to pick that ball up off the ground. And so we're also making this shape where, so this is the head of the deer, this is the spine going into the body. So it looks kind of like this. So the same foot that steps out is going to make the head of the deer. And as we're making the head of the deer, that's when we shift the weight into that front leg. So we're here, hands come up, we step, shift the weight, make the head of the deer. Okay, so this arm, what's it doing? We step, we shift, make the head of the deer, and this arm, we just bend at the elbow, and it points right in at the other elbow. Try to keep it kind of flat here, flat as your shoulders. So we step out, we make the head of the deer. Step out, boom. Okay, then we're going to keep our arms in the same position. We shift our weight back, and then we're going to step back the same time we bring our arms back to the waist. So hopefully we're landing about the same time. Okay, so this time we'll step out with the left foot. Hands at the waist. We step out. All the weight's in the back right leg. We shift the weight forward. The left hand makes the head of the deer. The right hand turns in toward the elbow. We shift the weight back. Then the hands are going to come back to the waist as the foot comes back. Now I was a little off right there, but same time, or as close to as we can. So again, Animal Frolic stance, hands at the waist, hands come up, right foot steps, they land, we make the head of the deer, body of the deer, we shift the weight back, we step back. So it's left foot, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now again, friends, if you did our tiger class a few weeks ago, you know we were moving really quickly because tigers move really quickly, but deers are much more cautious. And so when we're moving as the deer today, we're moving much slower and much more deliberately than we would if we were a tiger. Okay, so again, 4 steps to this first one. We'll step out with the right foot. Hands in our waist, toes angled out. 1, 2, shifting back, 3, 4. Left foot will step. 1, shift forward. 2, shift back. 3, step back. 4. Breath is natural here. 1, 2, nice and slow. Shift back. Step back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Last time we step out with the left foot, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. So that's exercise number 1. One thing I should have pointed out is when I'm stepping back, and notice I have this little kind of hinge here. So when I'm here, shifting forward, I shift back. Notice how I keep my spine straight here. That front leg is straight, really sinking that weight into that back leg. So when we step back, we feel really firm and grounded there, okay? So moving on to our second exercise. Again, very similar. Right foot will step. I'll angle a little bit. Right foot will step. We're going to shift. And what we're going to do is this hand that turned into the elbow, so our left hand is going to press down to our hip while simultaneously looking over that left shoulder. Keeping the arms where they're at, we will shift the weight back while looking forward. And then we'll step back, bringing the hands back to the waist. So the left foot will step. Left arm makes the head of the deer. The right elbow bends in, shifting the weight forward. Then again, the right hand presses down to the hip, simultaneously looking over the right shoulder. And then we will turn our gaze back forward as we shift the weight back. Bring the head of the deer back to the waist as we step back. Okay. Right foot will step. Right arm makes the head of the deer. Left elbow bends. Left hand pushes down to the hip as we look over the left shoulder. Returning our gaze to center, shift your weight back. Bring the head of the deer back to your waist as we step back. So it's stepping out with the left foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stepping out with the right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stepping out with the left foot. It's 1, 2, 3. Looking forward, shifting back is 4. Stepping back is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Get nice and slow. 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, moving very slow, very cautiously, as not to break a twig or make any disturbance whatsoever. Last time, stepping out with the left foot, making the body of the deer, pressing down, looking over the shoulder, shifting the weight back as we look forward, and then stepping back. Wonderful, friends. Big breath in, big breath out. Good. So that's number 2 in our exercises, our deer frolic. Now, number 3 adds this one we refer to as deer drinking water. And so again, starts the same as the other 2. Right foot steps. We bend. We press down. Now, my instructor here taught us to kick our back toe out a little bit as we square the chest, coming down. And we draw up the inside of that extended leg. The other hand will come down with it, and we pull up, back up to that waist position, and then we're going to step back. Now, personally, I don't like to angle my toe out anymore. I think it's angled out enough. So when we get to that point on the other side, I will give you the option of turning the toe out a little bit more or keeping it stationary, depending on what feels better to your body, okay? So our hands are at our waist. We step out with the left foot. Left arm makes the head of the deer, right elbow bends. We press down to the right hip, looking over the right shoulder. Then what we're going to do is we're going to shift the weight back. Then we're going to come down. We're going to draw water up to our waist. And then we're going to step back. Okay, so right foot will step. We make the head of the deer. We press down, looking over the shoulder. We shift the weight back. We go down. The other hand will join it. We draw water up to the waist. And then we step back. So left foot will step, will be 1, 2, 3. Then again, we'll take it all the way down. Other hand will join, we'll draw up. And then we'll step back. Right foot steps. Left elbow bends, right arm makes the head of the deer. We press down, looking over that left shoulder. The weight shifts back. Now again, if you want to angle your toe out, you can. I prefer to keep mine there. I come down to the inside of the foot. Other hand will join it. We draw up to the waist. Weight is all in that back foot. We step back. Left foot will step. Left arm makes the head of the deer. Right elbow bends. Press down to the right hip, looking over the right shoulder. Shift the weight back, looking forward. Take that hand down to the inside of that foot. The other hand will join it. We draw up. Weight's in that back leg. We step back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we step back. Left foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Step back. Right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Step back. Left foot. Right foot. Again, everything is slow. Everything is deliberate. Everything is done with a little bit of cautiousness. Now we can get, friends, to the point where it's less 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we have a little bit more flow to it, but we still want to make sure that we're getting to each point and not just kind of loosely moving through the sequence. But we can get it to where there's a really beautiful flow to it, where we never actually stop moving, but we're keeping that discipline, making sure to honor each step and each move. Our right foot will step. Right arm makes the head of the deer. Left hand presses down, looking over the left shoulder. I shift back. I draw water. The other hand will join. I step back. Final time, left side, we step. Left arm makes the head of the deer. Right hand presses down to the hip, looking over the right shoulder. We shift back. Draw water. and step back. Fantastic, friend. Whew, that was fun. So again, I'll never forget the time being out in the forest, and I was doing number 2. And as I was turning my head, I could literally see every leaf on the ground, every bug, man, it was vivid. And so again, just to show you, we can do these as a walking meditation. We're kind of confined by the screen in this area to doing it stationary, but typically it is done as a walking meditation. So how you would do it, I'll just demonstrate number 2 real quick as a walking form. We would step, same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4. But the only difference there, instead of stepping back, is the front toe angles out slightly, and then we step forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, front toe angles out, and we just continue to step forward. So I'll do that one more time. I'll take really small steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, toe angles out. We step with the back foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, front toe angles out. 1, 2, 3, 4, front toe angles out. Cool. So that's how we would do it if you wanted to do it as a walking meditation. Highly recommend it, friends. Getting out in nature sometime this summer and giving that a shot. Might change your life. Okay, so our final deer exercise we're going to do, because we're already pushing 50-minute class. This is supposed to be a 30-minute class. Shows what I can do. Anyway, so our final one, deer raising his antlers. So again, there's 2 forms in the traditional animal frolic called deer raising his antlers. First one is we just would raise the right leg and raise our antlers. Alternating, locking our antlers, raising our antlers, locking our antlers. Now there's another one where you would step out at an angle, then your back foot does this L step, and we sink and turn, and the back foot swings around, and we turn the other way. And it's really complicated, and it's really hard to do on this surface and this medium. So I'm going to do a slightly different version. So what's going to happen is we're going to step out. So again, we're in our animal frolic position, toes are angled out. We're going to step out, that same angle as our toes, raising our antlers. Again, our weight is actually shifted in the front leg here too. So we raise those antlers. Now what we're going to do is make this little C curve is what we're going to refer to it as, opening up the liver here. It's boom, boom. Then we're going to come back upright. Then we shift the weight, the arms lower, and that foot steps back, all kind of in unison. Then we'll step out to the other side. Shift the weight. We make that curve to the inside. We come back up. We shift back, arms lower, and we step. Other side, we diagonal step, raise our antlers, shift the weight. C curve. Come back up. Shift your weight back. Start to lower your arms. Step back. Other side. 1, 2, 3. Shifting back, arms lower. Step back. 4. 1, 2, 3. Shifting back, arms lower. Step back. Got a nice little pop in my neck right there. Step and shift. C curve. Upright. Shift the weight back, arms lower. Step. Breathing naturally. Squeezing and releasing that liver. Last time, stepping out to the left side. Finding ourselves back in our starting stance, heels together, toes out. First row, knuckles connected at the waist. Breathe. And then just to smooth some stuff out, friends, we're going to inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, gently pressing down. Inhaling up. Exhale, pulling down the sky. Repeating, inhaling up. Exhale, gently pressing down. And as we press down, friends, we're going to make our healing sound for the liver, the sound of SH, like shh. Inhaling up. Relax your arms by your sides. Eyes are closed. Take a couple breaths. Notice how you feel. Feeling pretty good, friends. Big breath in. Big sigh out. Fantastic, friends. I think that will conclude our session for today. Thank you for hanging out. I saw there were a couple comments or something. Oh, my dear friend. How I miss you. How I miss you so much. Um, Again, I hope you enjoyed this session. I know I enjoyed it. That's probably why I turned a 30-minute session into a nearly an hour session. But anyway, whether you're watching this on Saturday morning or whenever the heck you watch it, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you. Again, please remember to hit the subscribe button, likes, comments, sharing on social media, all that stuff really helps to get the word out to other people who might enjoy these videos. So thank you again, friends, very much for participating not only with this channel, but being an active participant in life. And I hope to see you soon. Have a blessed day, and thank you.